Welcome to Soft Skills with me. In this episode, you will be learning about the importance of emotional intelligence from the expert.
Well, let me really start this session by asking you a question. What is so great about emotional intelligence? Well, okay,
Happiness,
okay,
success,
okay,
promotion,
okay,
leadership,
okay,
excellence.
okay. All your answers are correct. A round of applause to you. Let me ask you this simple question. Is there anybody who doesn't want to be successful at their workplace? Or who doesn't want to be known as that dependable person in his office whom everybody wants to meet? No, isn't it? Everyone wants to be successful at their job. Everyone wants to perform well at their job, get their promotions, and be known as that person, that dependable person, or the person most liked in his company, isn't it? But the only thing is that they don't know how to achieve it. So before we go any further, let us first understand what success is by means of a simple example. What I have in my hand is a seed. Now, for this seed to become a fruit means success to me. That is, if I want to get a fruit out of the seed, then there is a process involved in it. In other words, the end goal for me is to get a fruit out of this seed. So getting a fruit from that seed is my end goal. Now let us see how we can achieve it. So for that to happen, I must first sow the seed in a pot. Make sure that the soil is fertile enough. And then water it on a regular basis, day by day. And then after a few days, I will see a small plant come out of the pot or the ground. And then the plant becomes a little bigger tree and starts growing up. A little bigger, 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 and finally a big tree. And the tree starts flowering. And finally, the flowers become the fruits. And that is how I get a fruit from this seed. And which means that I am successful because I achieved my end goal, that of getting a fruit from the seed. Now, some of you may ask me, Rajesh, what is so great about this? We all know this. Well, I'm aware of this. But then, did you notice that there was a process involved in the seed becoming a fruit? It did not happen overnight, isn't it? The seed slowly became a small plant, and then a bigger plant, and then a bigger plant, and gave flowers, and then finally the fruits. So it did not happen overnight, but then it did happen one day. That is the power of the process involved. Similarly, in our life also, to achieve success in any field or in any goal that we set, there is a process involved. And that process is to be emotionally intelligent. Well, emotional intelligence is the fundamental skill, is a fundamental human skill needed to become successful in any field. Just like the navigator in an aeroplane or a great ship like the Titanic, without which it may fail to reach its destination or maybe even crash. That is how important emotional intelligence is in our life. Similarly, in our life, we need to follow a process to become successful in what we do. Not just successful, but we must also be able to sustain our success, just like a Roger Federer or a Sachin Tendulkar. So, to become successful, the fundamental requirement or what is most essential is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is that fundamental skill which is required for anyone to be successful in what they do. Let us take an example. Let us take this guitar. This is a musical instrument, a guitar. Now, if I want to play great music with this guitar, it is very important that I first understand the instrument, understand the strings, understand the frets, the chord, and understand the instrument very well, and then go on to master it. Mastering meaning knowing how to play the guitar. And once I know it, I will then be able to create great music. As simple as that, isn't it? Similarly, even in our life, we need to understand ourselves first. We need to understand our emotions, and then we need to master ourselves. And once we have mastered ourselves, we can then apply ourselves in any given job and become successful. That is the whole process there. So, what is that can come in the way and stop us from achieving our goal and being successful? Let us take an example. Say, for example, the person X is a caveman. He lives in the cave. And he's a short-tempered person. He gets angry. And even the animals in the jungle are afraid to come to him. He gets that angry. Now, is there a problem there? I really don't see a problem, because in the jungle, he's the only person there. So the caveman lives alone and the caveman dies alone. I don't see a problem there. Now, say for example, that same caveman comes to a so-called civilized world or our world. We call it civilized because here we are allowed to express ourselves and work with many other people. So in this civilized world, we depend on each other for success. For example, if I'm a businessman, if I'm selling a product, I need people to buy my products, and those who buy my products are called customers. If I'm a sports person, then I have to depend upon my coach, the managers, and authorities to get me my first major race or competition. Similarly, if we are in an organization, then we have to work with other employees in the organization or other members in the organization. If you're an employee, you need to report to your senior manager. And if you are a team leader, then you have to interact with your boss, interact with other employees. So there's a lot of interaction involved there. So just trying to be like a caveman will not help us. We will not be able to be successful there. That is how it is. So what really comes here as a hurdle, just like the iceberg for the Titanic, is our own iceberg, internal iceberg, in the form of emotions such as anger, sadness, self-pity, frustration, all this become a hurdle for us to maneuver or navigate ourselves through this dense concrete jungle and move ahead in life, isn't it? So that brings me really to our today's topic, which is about understanding our own emotions as well as that of others and being able to manage them effectively, which is what emotional intelligence is all about.
That's how important emotional intelligence is in our life. If you have any questions, you can post them in the comments section. And if you want to enroll for the full course on EQ, Emotional Intelligence for Personal and Professional Life, you can click on the link in the description and enroll for the course on Udemy. Never miss an update. Subscribe to this channel, like, and share with friends. In the next episode, you will be learning about SMART goals. Until then, take care.